Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we will be touching on Deep Work by Cal Newport. Why is it so hard to focus, even when we want to? Why do we sit down to do something important, only to find ourselves checking email, scrolling our phones, or jumping between tasks that don't really matter? That's the question that pulled me into Deep Work by Cal Newport. And what I learned from this book genuinely changed how I think about attention, productivity, and even the kind of life I want to live. The core idea is this: in a world full of constant distraction, the ability to focus deeply for long periods is becoming incredibly rare and incredibly valuable. Most people live in a state of shallow work, answering messages, attending meetings, reacting to notifications. It feels like work, but it's not the kind of work that moves you forward in any meaningful way. Deep work is the opposite. It's the ability to focus without distraction on cognitively demanding tasks, the kind of work that stretches your abilities, creates real value, and sets you apart. What really stayed with me is how Newport frames this as a skill, not a talent. Focus isn't something you're born with or without. It's something you train. The more you practice deep work, the better you get at it. And the less you practice it, the harder it becomes to sit with your thoughts, push through boredom, and resist the pull of quick, easy dopamine hits. Reading this made me rethink how I approach my own work. I used to pride myself on being responsive, emails answered quickly, messages always checked, tabs open, notifications on. But when I looked at what actually created results, the kind of work I was proud of, it wasn't happening in that distracted state. It was happening in the rare hours when I turned everything off, sat with one problem, and pushed through the discomfort of real thinking. Since reading the book, I've started blocking out time for deep work. No phone, no email, no multitasking. It's harder than it sounds. There's a kind of restlessness that creeps in, a need to check something, respond to someone, just do something easier. But when I stick with it, even for 90 minutes, the work I produce is better, sharper, more original. And that small win reminds me why it's worth protecting my attention. Newport also talks about how shallow work isn't just a productivity issue, it's a life issue. The more your days are filled with reactive tasks, the more your career becomes shallow, the more your thinking becomes surface level. If you want a meaningful body of work, something you're proud to leave behind, it will only come from protecting your ability to go deep. That's it for this book summary. If you're interested in reading Deep Work for yourself, there's a link in the description below. Thanks for spending your time here. I really appreciate it.
I hope you'll come back to the channel for more ideas like this soon.